help fund savings if you have to use debt to do it, for instance. You go ham on gold and silver because YouTube is screaming about, I don't know, CBDC overlords coming to steal your monies. But that isn't going to help put you in a better place 10 years from now. I started with that quarter ounce a month, and I did that until the idea locked in. I've increased that over time, but if I ran Leroy Jenkins style into 2010, well, that wouldn't have ended well. That was really when I got started, so I would have been going up that ramp into 2011, and that would have wrecked me. I'm not sure I'd be doing it today still. At some point in your life, somebody's probably told you to work ahead. Maybe you just started doing it on your own, but that way, if something comes up, whether it's good or bad, you don't have to have the negative impact that comes with the surprise. You just roll with it. You also sleep well knowing that you're doing something. It's the opposite of feeling like you're behind. In anxiety, that is a bad thing. And that brings me to the fourth and final concept, which is focusing on what you can control. And to a certain extent, being okay with the things that you can't. I've already touched on this one. You can stock up on gold as a backup, but you cannot prevent today's popular horror stories. So focus your time, focus your attention, focus your energy on putting yourself in a better place, and then tune out the people who are trying to get you to focus on the wrong things. Situational awareness is a good thing. Worrying about unlikely possibilities that we hear over and over and over is not. Okay, so since we're here to talk about gold, I'm going to bring it back to specifics. If I was starting out today and I knew what I know through actual evidence of likely issues on a macroeconomic scale, and then I knew about gold being on a recent price run, well, I would probably consider front-end loading some of my buying, just a little bit, and then I would get into a longer-term scheduled buying. Let's just say that I wanted 3 ounces of gold and then I wanted to keep doing it. I wanted to continue on. I would probably buy an ounce of gold and then I would move into purchasing a quarter ounce a month. So I would buy an eagle or a buffalo initially and then I would move into quarter ounce eagles. That's me. Now the detail of what I'm buying is based on my ability to sell. So eagles and buffaloes, they are no-brainers, but there are lots of other options. I can think of 5, maybe 6 Canadian Maple Leafs, Krugerrands, possibly Philharmonics, Britannias, or Kangaroos. They would all be just fine. Now we're really getting into pretty specific details here. I think I need different videos to fully explain what I'm getting at here, but it's possible that I might want a 24 karat option for my monthly buy. Now, I'm not sure. Eagles are 22 karat. They're just fine. They're the most popular bullion gold coin in the world. So that means that they're exceptionally popular here in the United States. I also have a lot of eagles already, so that's where my momentum is. I don't want variety. I want easy. But there are days I think I could talk myself into wanting 24 karat instead of the 22 karat, and I could convince myself to buy quarter ounce Britannias. And if that seems weird because I listed Britannias toward the end of my list, well, they are a 22 millimeter diameter coin. And the size of the quarter ounce coins, it becomes a big deal. I love Canadian Maple Leafs, for instance, but the smaller radius on them, they're 20 millimeter coins, makes them seem a little bit underwhelming at the quarter ounce size. Now these are details that might seem minor. They're definitely things that you need to decide on, but having the fewest moving parts in your plan makes it the easiest to implement. It makes it the easiest to stick to. And in the event that you need to actually sell those coins in some kind of emergency, well, the benefit of ease and speed becomes a much bigger deal. Now I show plenty of variety on this channel. I have some fun stuff that I really like, but there's no question where I would start. I'd start with the stuff that I know I could liquidate without any headaches at all. The reason that I've circled back on basic planning here is that there's just so much going on right now. There's so many distractions. There's so much bad information. And I understand how that leads to stress purchases. It leads to overall anxiety. And sometimes I just wonder what YouTube does to people, what it does to their mental health. Like, it can't be good. And it's not YouTube, it's the news cycle in general. I just thought that it was a good time to slow it down and focus